Alright, get ready for the metalwork episodes. There'll be a few of them. This is number one. Now, you're going to find some of my practices to be interesting and maybe question what the hell it is I'm doing and whether or not I know what I'm doing. And truth be told, I have a clue, but not much more than that. So, to start with, I'm going to make my piece that's going to go here before I cut this off. Because there is a curve here, and it curves in, and there's a slight curve here, but not much. So anyways, though, because of how rotted this is, I'm afraid to cut any of this out until I've got the piece that's going to fit here, because I don't want to lose my shape. And once I cut the outside piece off, which is going to be something like this, and then it'll angle down. I'm not going to go all the way up. I will then repair the inner quarter, and that will also get new metal, and that'll get welded in. Luckily, I think that this structure here is okay for the inner quarter, so I'll be able to hopefully keep that intact after I cut off the outer quarter. And so I'll show you a little bit about how I'm going to go about making this. Like I said, I'm making this piece. I'm not going to bother buying it. I've bought lower quarters and things before, and I end up having to do so much metal work on them anyways that it's just not even worth it. It's not even that difficult of a piece. So I'll show you how I manufactured my own kind of little brake and to make this bottom bend, and I'll show you a few things. So follow along, enjoy, criticize, poke fun, whatever you want to do. At the end of the day, I think you're going to be happy with the final product. Got some sheet metal in my own little brake I've made, vice brake, whatever you want to call it. It works. I end up bending it too far. This is to make that lower lip on that quarter. And I end up having to bend it back after this a little bit, which kind of messed it up a little, but it'll work. You'll kind of see what I'm doing. Here I've got a cardboard cutout. I'm making the shape of the quarter. Transferring my little cardboard cutout to the sheet metal, I cut that out. Alright, this is where things are going to get different, if they're not already. So, I have this piece here. This follows the contour of what I have here. And I didn't want to try to fold this edge because it's going to be hard to get the curvature. I know you could cut a bunch of relief cuts and try to bend it all. I actually was thinking making it two-piece and welding it together will be a better way to go. We will find out if I'm right about that. So I've got this piece of metal here I bent up with my makeshift brake that I showed you. And so what I'll be doing is I'll be welding these together. And that will create my quarter, my lower quarter. And I'll weld that all up. I'll grind it all smooth, and it'll be like one piece, and I'll be sure it's the right shape and everything for what I'm replacing. So I'm going to go ahead and get going on that. Well, I'm not the greatest welder, but let me show you what I'm up to here. So I've got this, the shape is kind of tack welded, as you can see. And so now I'm just going to fill in and weld in the rest. You know, it's kind of hard to tack that on. It's not exactly, yeah, if you're not a great welder, that's not easy to do. And so I'll fill that in, and then I'll grind all this off, grind it smooth, and I'll have hopefully the piece I'm looking for. And if not, I'll just keep doing it until I get it right.
not the world's best welder. You know, a couple pieces hanging off. Got a little hole right here. I'm going to try to weld that in real quick. Didn't see that before. I burned through a little bit. Happens. Looks like I got it.
Still a couple pinholes here and there, but I'll grind that all down, clean it all up, get it nice and smooth, and go from there. This flange probably has to be knocked out a little bit to be the way I really want it, but yeah, it's coming. Like I showed you before, this is going to be cut off, you know, like through here and down like that. This is all just extra material. I didn't want to cut it to size until I cut off the piece I'm going to be cutting off. So, hope you found that entertaining. And next I'll be cutting up the car. Alright, well, it's getting kind of late tonight. This is what I ended up with. Got it all kind of ground down. And I'll show you. So you can see it's basically, you know, the right shape. And when I lay it over, it looks right. And so maybe tomorrow night I'll you know, cut this all out like I was saying, and then I'll cut this piece to fit, and I will weld in a patch in the back here, you know, cut out what's rotted and weld that in. So I hope you guys found this interesting. Might be a different way of doing things from what other people do. Maybe it's not the best way, but you know, one of the beauty of being in a garage and having some metal and having a welder and a grinder is you can do it however the hell you want to do it. Don't worry about, you know, doing it the way somebody says you have to do it. You'll find better ways, and you know, obviously the way I do it's probably not the best way, but it works, and I learn as I go. So get out there and do it, you know, make it happen. See you guys next time. Thanks.